Welcome to the Cobcast, where we uncover the truth, ignite your mindset, and explore the realms of health, wealth, and conscious living. Join me in exploring the hidden secrets of the world, unraveling the mysteries of cryptocurrency, and also cultivating a mindset for financial health. I'm your host, Chris O'Brien, reminding you that when in doubt, it's time to zoom out and see the bigger picture. So get ready for an uplifting experience to help you come out better. Cobcast, episode 4. So I was thinking, I wanted to talk a little bit about what come out better actually is. Cobcast, right? Podcast, Cobcast, come out better. Where did that acronym come from? What does it have to do with anything? What does it actually mean? So I want to share that with you guys here. Growing up, obviously you guys know my name is Chris O'Brien. And if you look at the initials, and this ties into a story from early childhood, my initials of my name is C for Chris, O-B, O'Brien, C-O-B. Put those together, obviously you have the word Cobb. So when I was young, I'm in kindergarten, I was called that for the first time by a friend of mine named Jordan. And he couldn't say my full name, and he just gave me that nickname. So I'm just going to call you Cobb. And it's stuck with me ever since. Now, I've had many nicknames throughout my whole life, yet that COB has always been a part of me. And then one day, just learning and figuring out how to grow online and how to create this brand and how to create some type of movement or a platform, because there's things I wanted to share. There is a voice that wanted to come out. There's a message I wanted to share with the people all around the world, whoever is ready and resonant to listen to it. I remember, I forget what year it was that I was driving in my hometown in Orange County. And I was driving and I was going around turns and I was thinking of acronyms. I was just thinking of COB. What could I say COB? Like chances, opportunities, breakthroughs, like just little words, catchphrases. And I remember turning a corner once and it hit me. And I got my first 2 letters. I was like, all right, come out ballin'. Was one of the ones, because I remember growing up too in middle school, we're the big ballers. I was always wearing a shirt with a Cadillac right here. It said big ballin'. And my dream car was a Cadillac with 20-inch rims, low to the ground. I thought that was the coolest thing. And so it was like, come out ballin'. And then all of a sudden, the next few things, and all of a sudden, boom, come out better. And as soon as I said it, even as I'm saying it now, it just hit the chord. It struck a chord. It felt right. It felt like something just connected in that very moment. And I haven't looked back since. Now, breaking that whole term down, this is what I want to share with you. My whole life, I've noticed that I've gone through a lot of ups and downs, and maybe compared to some, a lot more downs than ups, whether it's been heartbreak, loss, pain, betrayal, disease, losing money, being dumped, having mental issues, addictions, so many things that maybe you can relate with. I'm sure we're all human. We live in such an upside down world, it seems. Yet I always learned something from it. I always gained a new perspective, a new set of awareness, a new set of insight, aha moments, things that started to change, that I started to realize that were great lessons for me, wisdom that I gained, lessons that I learned, new ideas that manifested, messages and feedback that I was getting. And it started to almost, in a way, push me to try more things, to challenge me to get more uncomfortable, to fail and mess up, where in society, we're given an F if we fail, or we're not given a medal if we don't win. We're not really applauding and cheering the losers. And I know there's a balance of, hey, participation trophies and whatnot, but hear me out on this. We've demonized, we've made it negative, that things that we mess up on, mistake, fail, setback, challenge, a low time, a slow month, whether it's in business or in our health, or there's a disease, something where the ball goes down, the chart goes down, and we're kind of at the bottom. It's like we're crashed and burned in Phoenix mentality, as you guys know, the Phoenix being such a big piece of come out better. We've crashed and burned in so many of my times in my life. I have crashed and burned, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, some of those pillars we can discuss. And so when you crash and burn, it's like, what next? Can I go any lower? And for some of us, we go lower and we dig ourselves deeper into a hole. And for some of us, we rise up and we start to rise like a phoenix. And we start to come out of that older pattern, older paradigm, older thought, older word, older belief, older experience or trauma, or something in the past that we've grown from and learned from, right? We've crashed and we've come out, and we're now better. We're stronger, healthier, smarter, wiser, like we're more present. And so this whole dance that I've started realizing that has been my life theme is a big reason why Come Out Better really resonated so much. So that term, Come Out Better, COB, coming from my name. Yet I also want to remind you listening to this now, it's not my only way of being. I feel like you listening to this, wherever you're at right now in your life, it is divine. It is important. It is something you've called in and you've gravitated to and resonated with, that you might look at your life as a series of trials and errors. You may look at your life as someone that seems to get the short end of the straw, yet you're also someone that people come to and learn from because you've walked through the fire and you've come out better. You've come out stronger. You've come out smarter. You've learned from what life has to share with you, not just what you read in a book or what you just hear on a podcast listening to me. And so if that relates to you, my reminder and message to you is take that as a badge of honor. Take that as you are built with broad shoulders, as my father would say, to go through challenging times, to go through negative outcomes, to go through worst case scenarios, to go through pains and discomforts, financial blocks, past wounds, traumas, and experiences that no one else may have gone through or ever will ever do. And you've been able to rise from it. You've been able to step forward as a new version of you, a new person, really, who has been you this whole time behind all these programs and expectations and constructs and labels that this world likes to give us. And so you can come out better in your life. Because I hear it a lot. People will talk about this principle of like, man, I turned the corner and I rose from the ashes and I feel better. I'm like, you came out better, right? Like, yeah. Oh, that's your brand. I'm like, no, it's just a way of living. So I want this to be a global collective embodiment. And I feel when you zoom out even further and you go into the world landscape, the world is coming out better. I mean, look at the world we've been living in. Look how many lies we have been told, how much manipulation, chaos, division, separation. And it's kept us from unity. It's kept us from connection. It's kept us from being relatable and open and vulnerable, compassionate and kind. So we have this old world, and is it crazy? The powers that were, not that be, I don't like to give them power, that some of their slogans, you probably know who said this with the whole clown show we're experiencing, is build back better. Isn't that crazy? Build back better. It's like they want to keep going backwards, deeper and down and negative. And I'm saying, hey, let's come out better. Let's learn from our mistakes as a country. Let's learn from our mistakes as families, as people, as societies, as, state or local or national or community, or even at your local gym. Instead of building back better, there's only a way forward. And we've got to come out of that old mess even better than that we were before. So it is a movement. It is a version of living. It's a way of being. It's something that you can implement in your life. And that's really what you'll see on my page. I talk about red pill. I talk about financial health. I talk about feeling good and getting healthy. I talk about conscious language, different things that we'll explore throughout this Cobcast over this series of episodes. And the biggest takeaway is, remember, when you listen to something that I share, someone else shares, or a perspective, listen to it with discernment. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and just know that my intention for you is to leave listening to this a little bit better, a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser, a little bit healthier, a little bit more confident, a little bit more grounded and balanced, excited, motivated, inspired for you to go out and impact people in this world, however you seem fit. So COB, Chris O'Brien, Come Out Better. It was once just crazy enough given to me as a name when I was 5 years old. And now here I'm 35 years old. 30 years later is now becoming such a big, big brand for, not for me, for the people of the world, because we're all connected. There's no separation there. And the world is coming out better together. You're coming out better. You're letting go of old habits that no longer serve you. You're no longer eating those foods that no longer vibe. You're changing your water. You're changing your exercise regimens, your thoughts, your emotional balance and intelligence and IQ, your spirituality and your connection with God. They are better than they were yesterday. Probably the closest thing I would say to come out better is when you hear people talk about getting 1% better every day. I used to tell that people all the time. I was a coach for a high school athlete. Hey, just get a little bit better tomorrow. A little bit better tomorrow, 1% better. You don't have to fix it overnight. You don't got to be a millionaire overnight. You could be 1% better every single day. Over time, that's going to compound. And as that compounds, you're going to look back and see how far you actually have come. It's hard to see it when you zoom in, but when you zoom out and you look back, just like a crypto chart or any type of graph, if you zoom in, it looks like this project or this asset is going down. But when you zoom out, it is so much higher than what it was a year ago, so much higher than what it was 5 years ago. And that's our life in itself. So much of the external world does reflect that internal world. So coming out better, growing from your mistakes, learning from your pains, not to sulk in them, not to shame them, because that's coming out worse. That's coming out frightened. That's coming out in fear. We're not here to do that. We've got to come out from this mess, from the setbacks in our life, from the challenges, from the loss, from the pain. And I've experienced many things in my life that have caused tremendous pain and trauma, but I've learned from a ton. I've experienced a ton, and I've connected so many dots that only life itself can give me. And then a book or a podcast or a YouTube video will then third party what I've discovered. So come out better is truly a way of living. It's something you can embody. It's something you can implement in your life. You can wear it proudly. The next time something doesn't go your way, what's the lesson? The next time something doesn't go your way, out of your control, what's the wisdom? The next time you go through an issue or a setback or a challenge, what's the message you are getting? Because that in those times, sometimes in your lowest points, is when God talks to you the loudest. When you get that message, when you get that clarity, when you have that aha moment. It doesn't happen always when you're at the top of the list or top of the leaderboard or getting your trophies or your awards or your income or your bank account goes up or you're going viral. We're just in a state of bliss sometimes. And that's okay to feel happiness, gratitude, compassion. And yes, you'll get messages and confirmations there. I've just noticed the closest that I've gotten to hearing the word of God and hearing spirit and hearing the universe and hearing my soul and my lineage and all my ancestors and everything that is included in this multidimensional world is that when I'm at my lowest is when I'm getting the most clarity. When I'm at my darkest times is when I'm getting the most wisdom no one can ever give me. It's when I'm in those lowest points where I'm getting an idea and an insight of what is to come, almost as if I'm looking so far into that future, I can see what it's on its way. And that's why I say the best is yet to come. Nothing can stop what is coming, and we are coming out better for a better outcome. That has been my go-to saying lately. I want you to implement that. I would love you to start seeing where you're coming out better in your life and really honor this process for yourself. Take advantage of what is happening. Accept it, appreciate it. You do not have to give it a name or label it. You don't have to separate yourself or keep yourself isolated. Just know that what you go through is meant to happen, good or bad. There's always that perception you can take. So I pray this helps you. That's just a little bit about Come Out Better, what the brand has become. Obviously, you guys know with the logo, the phoenix rising from the ashes. The world's going through it right now. We're going through growing pains. Things are collapsing. Things are changing and evolving and transmuting. And it feels like apocalypse, like everything is going to shit. But really, it's going to restructure. It's going to reconnect. It's going to reestablish itself and redo that big web. And just like anything, you guys are going to rise too. Keep it up. The best is yet to come. Pray for your peace, and I will see you on the next episode. Let's keep coming out better together, shall we?